Hey folks, my name is Rob, and if you're watching this or have been sent this video, I need some help to make a decision. To quickly explain, I'm building a tiny house, using my skills as a designer and doing as much DIY as possible. I'd like to build in a space that's 6 meters long by 2.5 meters wide, about the size of this shipping container. After breaking down the different types of tiny homes, I've found that this is the right size for me, so the challenge I'm having is which of these three types is going to fit my budget and have the least environmental impact. Just a side note, I live in Australia. If there's anything out of Australia, I still want to hear about it, please do get in contact with me. I imagine staying in one area for a year or so before moving on to the next one. And I understand that your suggestions could change if you knew more about my lifestyle. However, I'm curious to hear what ideas you have of the three options here: a bus, a home on a trailer, or a container on a truck. I have a total budget of $30,000. The prices I'm about to use are from the second-hand market. I'm going to move fairly quickly. Here it goes. Alright, so starting with the bus option, I can get a used bus for about $20,000 and $5,000 for materials. Heavy rigid licenses cost about $1,000, and in order for me to tow my Toyota Hatch, which I've converted into a camper, gets great mileage and is simple and cheap to maintain, I'm gonna buy or make a hitch for when I move locations every year or so. In the future, I'm planning to buy an electric bike for commuting distances under 20 kilometers. But because of my adventurous lifestyle, for longer distance I'll use my Hatch at 7 liters per 100 kilometer. This comes to around $28,000. Right, so option 2 has me making a tiny home on a trailer. The trailer will cost $10,000. I couldn't find used trailers, so I'm leaning towards buying the shell and finishing it myself. Lower end shells, including the trailer, are $30,000. I will also consider building the shell if I can learn how to make it structurally sound. 4x4s that can actually tow a house like this cost around $15,000. If I bought one, I would also sell my Hatch, which I don't want to do because of the reasons mentioned before, so this brings my total to around $35,000. With my Hatch gone, I foresee higher fuel and maintenance costs for the 4x4. And finally, the last option, which I've seriously been considering, a container on a truck. Old flatbeds and tow trucks cost around $20,000. I was looking at used refrigerator containers, which are about $4,000, with building materials around $5,000. Both the license and tow bar each $1,000. It does seem silly to me using a 3-ton sea container, but given I can live inside and secure my tools instantly and then sell the flatbed at a later date when I find property in later years, it starts to make more sense to me. That brings this option to $32,000. For comparison, here are the options side by side. There's a PDF down below as well. And again, I'm feeling stuck. It would be awesome to hear from people who live in a tiny house or who have gone through this process before. If you do know anyone who can help or is interested in this, please do send along this video to them. There are definitely things I've overlooked, like prices, registration, maintenance, and it might be apparent that many things I don't know or have missed at this point, and that's the information that I'm after. Lastly, I'm also interested in suggestions for space to build the tiny home. I look forward to sharing what I learned from all of you. Contact me by email, otherwise leave questions or ideas below and I will respond. Thanks megatons for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.